Miss Symone, with you as well. Make sure that you're very vertical. Yep.
That's beautiful.
It's very important for young queer people to get to learn the history because we cannot lose our culture.
We are doing things that other people have literally laid their lives on the line for us to be able to do.
We have to dig and we have to search to find out how to exist.
So today we are here at the theater at the beautiful Ace Hotel to celebrate LGBTQ History Month.
I'm here with my sisters, other 5 winners from RuPaul's Drag Race, a little show you might have heard about.
And we're here to talk and discuss and chit-chat a little bit.
The diva has come out, girl.
When I'm around my sisters, I feel like I am around people who completely relate to me. They understand like what it's taken for me to be where I am today.
It almost feels like a family reunion, like a sister reunion.
It's kind of nice to be around the energy who kind of know what it's like to go through this experience as someone of color, because it is different.
Honestly, the energy around other Black queens, it just hits different. Like that's just a fact. Like we all have a commonality in what we have persevered to win RuPaul's Drag Race and the struggles thereafter.
It really is something magical to be around like so many like amazing representatives of pure Black excellence and excellence in general, people who are doing the real hard work to push for more representation.
We share the highs of being a winner of Drag Race, but also for my sisters of color, it's like we had to fight a little bit harder to get like the recognition that we have. If you know, you know. Because we all get similar shady DMs, and we all get similar shady tweets, but I think one thing that we all do, and I'm thinking about every one of us, we all have a very good way of clapping back that's very shady, but nice. So you know not to f with me again.
You really are playing a different game, and not because of Drag Race itself, just the world we live in.
It's great to win, but there's a lot that comes with it that we don't necessarily talk about or that is not as talked about. And I think we kind of know just being around each other.
But we also get really lit and we turn up a lot. So if y'all maybe see backstage a little something like that, y'all gonna see a lot of laughing, a lot of smiles, a lot of fun, and a lot of good times.
I mean, it's crazy back there, honey. Wigs are flying, shoes are flying, lipstick on, but we're still just cackling, just having a good old time.
I feel like a princess. You look like a whore.
Oh.
The show saved my life. Yeah. I've watched it since season 1, and I remember being a kid who was very shy and very in himself and didn't really like myself. So winning a show that taught me so much about myself, about the world, about drag and our history and just everything that I hold dear now, it means everything to me. And I get to, in a way, kind of be that for somebody else.
I remember when I was young and I would watch Drag Race, and especially like the Black queens on the show, and I was like, wow, the power in what they do. And I was like, how iconic is it that they get to leave this imprint on me as a queer person and like change my life and change the lives of so many other queer people.
When I think about when we did the very first show, there was something about it, like I just knew that there was magic there. Fast forward many more years after that, just seeing it being celebrated and seeing it being accepted and finding its place in pop culture and all the awards we're, receiving.
Who would have thought that a Black queer person would be the person who held the most Emmys of a Black person in this country?
I mean, I feel like it's just something to live up to. Like, RuPaul has done so many amazing things.
She was the first Black man that I saw that was gay and played with gender and was more feminine and didn't care, was completely himself. And that was something, especially being from the South, and that was not really a thing where I was from.
Drag Race has like almost completely changed the way that people view drag.
If you grow up in a cis-het world, then all the examples for how you could live or what you could be or what you could do are laid out in TVs, movies, and your parents and your teachers and their friends.
Sometimes you need somebody to be brave enough to like go first, and Drag Race has been like that kind of go first thing in like queer culture to me.
Honestly, it taught me a way to access a self-love that I was lacking before I started doing drag.
Ooh, let's go.
If I had never done RuPaul's Drag Race, I think I'd honestly still be fighting for representation, fighting to get my voice out. Like, I'd be doing it at the local burger shacks in Denver, still like trying to grab fives to pay my rent.
I probably would still be working the front desk shift somewhere, checking guests in. I probably would have never been promoted because I didn't give a f enough.
There'd be much more struggle, a lot less happiness. I don't know, I wouldn't be the person I am now.
So thank God the drag gods were like, you with the big square head and the big ass, yeah, you should do drag.
Oh, I'll still be doing what I'm doing right now. You know, I mean, I love the platform. If we didn't have that platform, it would probably take a while to get there. So I'm really humbled by the platform. But if the platform was not existing, I will still be doing what I'm doing. It's my artistry.
I think it is important for young people to know their queer history because it's not taught in schools. Most of the times, parents are not teaching you queer history.
So it's very important to know our culture because that's what is going to help you move forward and the generations after you. I mean, the fight is still there. We're not done. We still have a lot of work to do. And we cannot do that work without even knowing what the past was.
We have a little bit more of a responsibility because we've had to work so hard and because we've lost so much and because we have to fight to be who we are every day. And you know, I have the luxury and the privilege to live in LA where it's a lot more accepting, but I've also been on the other side of it and I know what it's like to fear being 100% yourself because of where you live.
I think it informs a lot of the choices I make in my drag, a lot of the choices I make in how I carry myself. I need to look up things about Stonewall. I need to know who Marsha P. Johnson was. I need to know who Sylvia, like all of these things that I thought that were not necessary for me to engage with or even entertain learning. It was silly.
To really find out how to be the best person that you can be and to do the most that you can to advance like the queer movement forward, you have to know where we came from. You have to know what others were doing 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 100 years ago. It's important. Also, you can't break rules properly until you learn them.
My main message that I ever want to send to people is like, no matter who you are and where you're from, you can be incredible and you can do great things. Whoever I am and wherever I'm from, I'm enough.